Don't forget to check out my Patreon where we have exclusive content for groups such as Twice, 17, Red Velvet, Blackpink, NCT, Super M, Shiny, AT, Stray Kids, and so much more, along with K-dramas, concerts, and other variety shows.
Hey guys, Angie here, and it's about time. It's been a long time coming. Like, I wanted to check this group out, but then I didn't want to. Not because of the reasons you're thinking, first at least. Just didn't. Well, I looked at the thumbnails. I'm like, okay, well, they look interesting, I guess. Not capturing my attention though. And then, I kind of just forgot about them. And then the controversies started happening, and I agreed with them. I'm not gonna lie, I agreed with them. I agree with the people saying things, and that's kind of why I didn't want to check them out. For the not the respect of that, but like for the, because I'm gonna be biased. I'm gonna be biased against the group. Like I'm gonna be biased against it, and I also didn't want to because I feel like it would be hypocritical, because I like Treasure, I like Ive, and who else has like minors in the group? Oh, and Hypen. But then I thought to myself, I've spoken very heavily on, even though I love and adore Nikki, he's my baby, even though at least who's technically my bias in Ive, even though I feel like, especially Jungwoo, but like even all the minors in Treasure, even though I know they're all talented, specifically Jungwoo to me, I even voted, like I didn't vote because I wasn't watching when it came out, but like I would have voted for Jungwoo in Treasure Box. Like, even with all that in mind, I loved Taki in Hypen, like, I mean in Island, I wanted him in Hypen. Even with all that in mind, I still felt wrong about them debuting, and even though Jungkook turned out to be like one of the biggest people on the planet, like he's the most popular member, even though Taemin is actually the most popular member of Shiny, who both debuted at 13 and 15, like, I still think it was wrong that they debuted. Like, I am very against minors debuting. I've said this is the age for me where I'm like, okay, that's fine, I would still prefer older. My age would be 16. And I think the issue here is that doesn't help too much, because that means they're probably still trainees even before that. I'm very against trainees being like 12, because if you think about it, if someone debuts at like 14, they probably have been training for like at least a year. And like for people like Jiho from Twice and Bangchan from Stray Kids, who were like literal children, like Jiho was like 8 years old, which I think is disgusting, and I'm always gonna be mad at that. Like, that's very gross to me. Like, I want to hold it for this group. Like, I don't want to like this group, because to me it feels wrong. But they already debuted, so what does not listening, like, I guess it would show that they can still be like, that the companies will just be like, oh well, they still did great even with the controversy, so we can keep debuting 10-year-olds. Well, I know I'm exaggerating, but it's kind of true. And you know, it's funny because people are like, well, blah blah blah, we have the blah blah blah, the age, you need to have lots more years, and blah blah blah, and like, oh, we have military, they're a girl group. Maybe for a guy group. Like, maybe I can see, oh, debut them young. But 7-year contract. You debut someone at 18. 7-year contract. 25 is the cutoff. They might resign. And then there are groups like, I mean, this is the only the groups I can think of, but like Super Junior, Girls' Generation, Shiny. These three, they're in their 30s. He's just freaking 4 years old. I don't understand. He looks amazing. They're doing fine. So, just saying. Also, I think if you debut someone when they're like 12, and then 7 years they're going to be 19, they're already exhausted. They're probably not. They're more likely to not resign if you debut them younger because they feel like their whole childhood's going to be taken away. So I'm just saying there's more benefits to debuting someone later. Now, the other issue we have is, oh my gosh, she's so young. The other issue I have is the Cookie song, which I haven't heard it yet, so I'm gonna hold off. I also want to say I'm not a hypocrite because I've called out many songs, especially from boy groups. Boy groups are disgusting. The lyrics in some boy group songs who are like 14, I'm like, what are you doing? I still listen to the songs, not gonna lie. By Treasure is actually one of my favorite title tracks. Now it's been lowered because we have amazing title tracks. I called out the song for dirty lyrics, and I would get hate for it because they're like, you're dirty minded, and I'm like, y'all really hold these producers and writers to high standards and act like they're not all pig-headed men. Just saying, they're nasty. They're nasty. Like, producers can be nasty. And while I don't think the kids are innocent, because when I was 15, listen to Nicki Minaj. I think it's different when you're saying the lyrics. I think it's different when you're reciting them, especially underage, to fans who maybe are your age, but they're still the minority of grown men and women, because women can be predators too, who are listening to it and probably doing nasty things with it. So just saying, yes, it's not fair they can't just sing a song and in a world that's a good place just sing it to the fans who are their age and it's not as weird. But I'm 23 and I'm listening to a song called Cookie by a 14-year-old girl, and the oldest girl I think is 18. I think she's 18. Yeah, she turned 18. Like, oh, happy birthday, honey. Happy birthday, you just turned 18. Okay. Anyways, that's out of the way. I'm still gonna listen to the song because I'm curious about the hype. We won't go too deep into Cookie's lyrics because I've seen all the lyrics. And I already know. But yeah, I do want to hear the songs and kind of get the group out of the way because there's always been this curiosity in my head. And I don't think I'm gonna ever stand the group, at least not yet. But also I want to say the biggest reason for the age thing for me is they're all underage. And technically in Korea they're actually considered underage, by the way, so we have to put that in mind. They're all underage still. While at least with Treasure and in Hype Band, some of them are 22, 20, stuff like that. They're still young. But I think the oldest is 20. I think Newjeans 20. I'm probably wrong. But there are adults in the group who I can stand and feel like, and also know that at least the babies, our little babies we must protect, have adults around them to hopefully protect them. But I also feel like that's unfair, and that's also another issue I have with underage idols, is it puts a lot of weight on the older members' shoulders. Like, they've just been forced to have, they're both basically forced to be a mom or a dad. First we have Attention. Are they technically under Big Hit, or are they under another company that's under Hype? I always thought they were a Big Hit group. No, Les Seraphim's the Big Hit group. Newjeans is under, I think, a different company. Okay. Also, why do they have 4 music videos? I'm very thrown off. I'm like, dang, they have 4 comebacks already? Who are these men? Okay. Why is this grown man looking at them? How are they in a club? They're 12. I'm sorry, I'm joking. I'm joking. Please don't bite me. I'm joking. Okay, you know what? He doesn't look 40. He looks her age. He does look a little older, but like, you know. Oh, that's loud. There's a bunny. Also, I will take, you know what? We have to remember in America, I liked Fifth Harmony, and in America, I think they were all teenagers actually. But Camila Cabello has talked about being very sexualized as a child, and I think like Normani has talked about it too and stuff. So that doesn't help. That argument doesn't help, guys. But I'm gonna try to just enjoy. I like her pants. Okay. Oh shoot, girl in the white pants that I like she's going off. Whoa, why y'all? That's not, baby. That's not how you eat a cake. Ooh, y'all. She went. I can't do it. You and me, it's all fun and games till someone gets hurt, and I want to be you. It reminds me of Justin Bieber. With you and me, work. It's all fun and games till someone gets hurt. Stuck in the Moment. Justin Bieber. 2010. Oh, she has a nice voice. Like a deeper voice. Oh shoot, this bops. I like it. Mom, I hope this chorus hits, because this is a good intro. Drop the question. Oh shoot, okay, there's vibes. Oh, okay, this is the music video with the weird stuff going on. I do think people look too deeply into things, but I also think it's valid that they look deeply into things. I would rather live in a world where fans are protective of their artist instead of dismissive. Just saying. Because they let a lot of shit get away in early K-pop. Like, some things I looked back at and I was like, isn't she 15? And I was like, they let her do that? Like, I was just like, or the Taemin thing, disgusting. So I'm glad fans are protective. I'm on that side. Also, if they're protective of these girls, that means they like these girls. That means they care about them. So this was that video, but I will try to be fair with things. So far everything looks good to me. I'm not going to complain about the outfits. They seem fine. There's no weird angles where it feels like they're just wearing regular clothes to me. I wore this stuff when I was 17, 16. Also, I like the direction of this video. Like, the cute stuff. They're really good dancers. I like all the different settings. I love that part. Drop the question. I'm listening to this song later tonight. Who is this man? Why is he here? Like, why are they giving so much attention to this dude? This kind of gives me nostalgia of like Cheetah Girls. Like, they would have like music videos where they're just dancing in the street and stuff. Vocals go off. What's that fit? What's the fit? What's that fit in the front? She looks so messy, but it's kind of fun, so. Girl! You lost your phone. I'm also not mad at the song because it's true. We crave attention. Not just young girls, by the way, young guys. Like, I think it's very suitable for a teenage girl group. It wasn't. Nothing here was sexual. Nothing in here was. Why does this man get so much screen time? Are they mermaids? They look like mermen. Okay, first song is amazing. It's a bop. It's a bop. The choreo was fun. I didn't see all the choreo, so I cannot say if anything was inherently sexual. And yes, I have called out Ive for some weird choreo where I was like, how old? Remember how old your maknae is? Or even not your maknae. I think, well, one young, I think just turned 18. Still underage in Korea. There was nothing with the outfits. There was a few shirts where I'm like, but then I'm like, she's a teenage girl. It's fine. As long as, like, the tops, I don't have much problem with the tops. It's more if the bottoms are very short and stuff. And I'm like, because of the choreo, I'm like, can be some slip-ups there. Sometimes it looks stupid because then it's like, well, if they're wearing a tiny skirt and you put shorts under so they can't look up the skirt, then why even have the skirt? You know what I mean? It just feels weird. It's like a weird wardrobe choice. That was fine. The outfits were okay. I don't know why they're in a club, but whatever. We're gonna call it we'll just say it's like but they have stamps, and if you have stamps, it's probably whatever. It's just a music video. We didn't get a lot of amazing singing, but I'm like, it's fine. It's a title track, and we had some cool vocal stuff regardless. Like, the girl with the low voice, amazing. Some great dancing. This girl with the pants, we're gonna call her the girl with the pants. Her, she was killing it. She the main dancer. She was killing it. Love it. Yeah, it was a very cute video. I actually love the video. Okay, now we're gonna get to Cookie. I understand what they were trying to do, but someone in that writing room knows English. And they know that this song's nasty. 2, even if it was all said, like, lyrics were innocent, the delivery, because I've heard the part with the cookie, I've heard that part. The delivery was odd. Like, I'm probably not gonna add this to the playlist just because everything about it feels wrong. But we'll see, because maybe in context, it doesn't sound as bad. But even so, I will not play this in the car with my mom because I know she's gonna look at me like, what the fuck is this song? Alright. Oh yeah, I like the fits. I like the fits. Yeah, it just feels like an inherent, like, okay. Well, I like the score though. This choreo. A lot of shoulder. Girl groups love shoulder recently. Okay, honestly, it's not horrible. I've heard people argue, well, it's not in English, so you can ignore it, which, yes, but that means you're avidly ignoring the problem. That's kind of what I've done with by Treasure, so I would be a hypocrite going against that. I might be able to handle listening to this and not feeling weird because I can dismiss it, but it still doesn't make it okay. But so far, that's the line. That's the line. And then the line earlier, that's a little weird. Because even if you're arguing, they don't mean, the dirty way of saying cookie. There's still implications. What they mean by cookie is like, do I have to spell this out for people? It's really not hard to see this is a sexual song. Because even if you're not saying cookie in the way we're saying cookie. We're you know what it means. Don't act innocent. Even if you're not saying that for cookie, even if you mean just looking at my cookie, she's still seductively saying you want me. You're looking at me like you want a taste of me, and that's weird. Either way, it's dirty. Either way, this is a dirty song. And even if they're not spelling it out like plainly, that's kind of even worse, because that means they know it's a dirty song and they took something innocent and made it sexual. And you can do that. That's fine in a K-pop group. I love low-key sexual songs by K-pop groups because it's so funny. It's like, I know what you meant there. I know what you meant, but they're kids, so that's why it's weird. Because even if they don't mean cookie in the nasty way, they're still saying something seductive in a sexual manner. They're delivering it in a sexual tone, and I think they're probably okay with it, but they shouldn't have, like, they shouldn't be allowed. It shouldn't. The company should protect them and tell them, because even if, let's say they wanted the song, let's say they wrote the song, the company should stop, like, what should be like, you shouldn't sing that, you're a kid. Like, that's how you protect your artists. Like, that's, you can't stop at one bite with me. Ignore all the cookie stuff. That's kind of a weird line to say. You're thirsty though. She's saying she's a meal for him. She's saying, I make you thirsty and I'm here, you can take a bite out of me. Like, that's what the song's about. And I don't know why they couldn't just make it a cute cookie song like Red Flavor. I'm not, because it's a good song and I like it. I just wish, just change a few of the lyrics. They should see the backlash and just change it. I would respect the company so much if they did that. Because they're killing this choreo. Oh, they had a whole, like, live thing. I could just watch that. But I want to see the music video. Hey, that synchronization though. That reminds me of SHINee's choreo for. What's the song? It's not. Fuck, I forgot. It was from the trio of songs for their album in 2018. Baked at my place only, come get some. Cute, she held her hand. Oh, I like her voice. It's very breathy. Okay. You know what they could have done with the song? Because they keep spinning this wheel. They could have made Cookie like a not an acronym. They could have made Cookie like a CD. Like, we're baking cookies all the time, and it's actually like a hyperbole. What's the word for, like, a, oh my god, my brain broke. Oh, yeah. They, like, saying basically cookies are CDs. We're baking cookies all the time. Come take a look at my music. Like, that type of thing. They could have done that. Instead, they made it nasty. The lyrics are so weird, but we can excuse it because it's a bop. Yeah, I'm mad because I want to listen to it, but I'm gonna. This is like, so for by Treasure, it's only like 2 lines that are weird, and then the but like the thing isn't like, they're not doing anything too sexual when they're going so it feels less like they're not singing it in a way that's like, oh, that's nasty, so I can excuse it more. And then the dirty line was sung by Yoshi, who was an adult, so I can kind of excuse that more. This one, it's like they're all singing it and all the lyrics are dirty. Like, also, here's the line from Treasure so I can give you context where it can come dirty. It come off as dirty, but a lot of people are like, oh, it's not that dirty, because it technically isn't, but because it can come off that way, it's kind of, we don't know what they meant. That's the thing. Okay, the song's kind of just like, I like you. It's a very cute song for the most part. I think Hyunsuk said it, actually, not Yoshi. So, and Hyunsuk's the oldest, so he's an adult. He was like 21. I get what it meant, but it sounds dirty. He goes, so Haruto, who's underage, goes, when I see you, my mouth was open and wide, I'm blinded by your beauty, stuff like that. He's just kind of fawning over someone. And then Hyunsuk goes, naturally I'm going to be the leader who leads you, and he's the leader along with Jihoon. Actually, when I see you, I'm nervous. Tense, you harden me like Medusa. So you see where it's not dirty, but it sounds weird. And when I was very thrown off. And then I got the joke. But that's the thing. Was it on purpose? Because it can mean 2 things? Or... because Hyunsuk ain't innocent. That's the thing. Hyunsuk isn't innocent. He knows English. And he listens to a lot of rappers who have some naughty lyrics. I feel like Hyunsuk knew what he was doing there. And that's the main thing that's dirty. And then there's this one where I didn't take it that way, but a lot of people were like, that's dirty, where it's like, I'll burst because of you. Which I'm like, that's not that dirty. But I guess they say the line a lot, and it's in the chorus, and it's like, I think I'll burst because of you. It doesn't say it's in Korean, but I guess I can see why. Oh, okay, and then there was this line, which I'm like, it had to be the other way around, right? Unless the lover is a boy. I guess you can also, but Yoshi, this is the one. You're the one who makes my knees touch the ground. I don't think it's that dirty, but then why else would he be on his knees? I don't know, but I mean, unless he's singing to a guy, I don't know why that would be dirty. But I get what it meant. But yeah, like, that song, those were the only, like, dirty lines. And they could just be taken dirty because we in America think differently with some of those things. So yeah, Cookie, kind of a bop, but not worth listening to when it's minor singing. Like, I like, with attention, I'm like, ooh, that's a bop. I'm glad those lines weren't wrong. But then it's with Cookie, it's like, oh, it's too much for me to, like, feel like it's okay to listen to. Let's hear this one now. Is she the Vietnamese one? Aww. This is cute. This gives me baby Red Velvet vibes. I always feel like these music videos are awkward to film. Oh, that hit. But I'm not gonna be the one to get... Oh, she killed that. Not gonna be the one to get hurt. That's a nice R&B song. Why can't they just be an R&B group? Why couldn't they just give some Cheetah-licious vibes? I wanna get her. Oh, this is my favorite. No one's surprised. Gonna be the one to get her. I'm gonna be the one to get her. Ooh! Applause. So I like this because we get to hear their beautiful vocals. Because in the other song I was like, kind of wish we had more vocals, but they're young, and I mean, I feel like girls' voices develop quicker, but you know, they're still underage, so it would still take a minute. But then here we have them showing their vocals, and so far there's no like big high notes or anything, but vocals aren't just high notes, and they're doing so much with their voice that's so beautiful. Oh, this is the benefit to me of debuting. Like, this is the one benefit I like about kids debuting, as weird as that sounds. You kind of get a whole discography of their voice growing. You get to hear their voice grow. That was like what I really liked about Treasure. Like, I was like, Jungwoo, he was like 15 when they debuted, or 16, I don't remember. And I remember his beautiful voice in Treasure Box, and that's why I was like, I regret loving like his talent so much, because I'm like, dang, I feel bad, like I shouldn't have wanted this child to debut, but he debuted, so whatever. He had such a sweet, innocent voice, and it's getting deeper now, and it's like so beautiful to see his voice transform with him as he becomes an adult. And that's the benefit of like NCT Dream, is we got to hear their little baby voices, like Jisung, who was only freaking 13, or yeah, 13. And you hear how deep his voice gets as he gets older, but it's like, is that worth it? No. It's beautiful that it happened, but it's not worth it. You hear their youth in their voice. It's so precious. It's like when Justin Bieber was little. You get to hear his little voice, even though he got bullied for it. And that's why kids shouldn't debut. This one's going to the playlist. Why are they in a pool? Wanna be the one to get hurt. This reminds me of a Luna song. I am blanking on the name. Also kind of reminds me a bit of Mamamoo. But like vocally it reminds me more of Luna. Not gonna be the one to get hurt. This is so catchy. I'm not gonna be the one to get hurt. Oh, that was so beautiful. I enjoyed that. That's my favorite. I mean, everyone says that about every group, but yes, 90s. For sure. Well, the reason it's not, has a lot of views is just because it's a very simple video. Like, it wasn't even worthy of watching the video, to be honest. There was something about it that I was like, oh, I should have watched this. I wish they kind of made a storyline music video. I don't know why they didn't. But it's fine. It's not like a big deal. Just was like, So there's like 80 million Hype Boys music videos, and I'm like, they really want to cash out on these girls, don't they? There was like 6 versions, so I just picked this one because there was no official. It was like all each member and then like different performance ones, and I'm like, is this like the other Dynamite where you made 80 videos? I like that she has like very long ponytails. Their fashion gives me Aaliyah, which makes sense with the whole late 90s, early 2000s vibes. Yeah, their dance moves are very 90s. Is this the girl with the pants from the other video? Because she just moves differently from everyone. In a good way. She just has like such a different vibe to her. She must be the center because she's in the center a lot. It's 90s, but it's like modern 90s. Which a lot of music right now is, but yeah, they kind of give me Aaliyah, but like girl group vibes. Aaliyah mixed with Spice Girls. Or TLC, to be honest, more TLC. I'm not sure this is. I'm not sure about the like subtle twerking dance, but it's not like anything crazy. I'm like, that's why in my head I'm like, maybe I shouldn't even mention it because it's not that big of a deal. And I can't tell if the girl doing it the whole time if she's the older one, so I'm gonna just dismiss that. That's like a nitpick. I like that. I like that song. It's going to the playlist. No hate, but they all sound generic. What does that even mean? What's generic K-pop? Because people say 4th gen is very noise music. Is noise music generic now? Because it's only relating to the 4th gen. Because people say 4th gen is very different from the other gens. So what's generic to you? Because I have to disagree. But I agree they have a very unique sound. And that's why they're probably really big. To be fair, their unique sound isn't unheard of in K-pop though, because I feel like most people complaining about the other groups haven't heard their B-sides, and if you listen to the B-sides, I can, like I even mentioned Luna, like I can mention songs that sound like Hurt, I can even mention songs that kind of sound like Hype Boy or Attention. So you're probably just referring to title tracks, and these aren't all title tracks, they can't be. I feel like Attention's the title track, right? They just all have music videos, so you know, just make sure before you generalize a whole freaking community of 80 groups, because I guarantee if you look hard enough you'll find groups that sound like this. I think it's their look and the sound, because they're very much going for nostalgia here. I do think people aren't overreacting, but I do think people are targeting them more. But they're not targeting the girls. I have seen no hate to the girls. I've seen no one downplay their vocals, their ability to debut, their dancing. There's no rapping, by the way. Was there rapping in Attention? I don't think so. I hope they don't rap. That would be very unique for them. Let me know, though. So, I just think the hate's targeting the company. It's targeting the people who made the music video, and the lyricist and producers, and honestly the company for just dismissing it all and not taking anything seriously. And I think people who say, oh, you're just targeting them, you don't do this to that group, you haven't been on that side of the internet then, because I've seen many people display disgust towards debuting people like, it's usually people like 15, 14, 13, like those ages. And I agree with those, because those are the ages I've felt were the most problematic. I feel like 16 to me, while not an adult, I think you're a little more mature enough to properly make a decision of like, okay, I want to do this. I would like restrictions, like maybe I don't know, what restrictions can you give? Don't let them live in the dorm. Even though people may not think the dorm's the problem, I think I just think idols, trainees shouldn't live in dorms. Like, that's my thing, to be honest. Trainees shouldn't live in dorms, shouldn't have to take time out of school. They should have less practice time, because every freaking trainee I've seen says they went to school from 4 a.m. They had to, like, a lot of them have to leave early because they had to take a bus. 4 a.m. to, like, I think it's like 12, and then from 12 to like midnight. So they, like, everything's wrong with this. It's disgusting. And that's not a company thing. That's every company. Jungkook had to do stuff like that. JYP groups, I think it was Hyunjin had to do that. Yadam had to do that. Like, it was very common. SM had to do that. So yeah, I like this group. They're talented. They deserve to debut. I just wish they delayed it, or just give them a innocent concept, which it looked like they were doing, but they were hiding some nasty stuff in it, and I'm not okay with it. I don't want these girls sexualized, and I don't want to say, don't wear this, don't do that, you can't say this, you can't say that, because it's not fair. But we live in that society, so we have to adapt to it, because I would rather these girls not have to do a few things so they don't get sexualized than be sexualized and do those things, because it may not affect them now, but it will affect them later. Because so many idols, like I think Sunmi, I think Hyuna, they were babies and being very sexualized, and then people got mad once they changed up their concepts or anything. And it's like, y'all are the problem, because these girls changed their concepts that probably made them remind them of like a time when they were less in control and seen as sex symbols in the industry. Even Hwasa was like 16, 17, and she was very sexualized, and yeah, I'm not okay with it. Also, let's not forget the boys. Haruto from Treasure, sexualized as a child. Nikki is still a child, and the things I've seen, I want to throw up. The things I've seen people say about Nikki, I try to tell myself it's okay, they're probably his age. And I do think that's somewhat okay if you're his age, but we don't know if you're his age, so when you say it, it just throws me through a loophole. I even hesitate when they are like 18 and 19, the same thing, because to me they're still much younger than me, so I'm not gonna, like, they still look like babies to me, which is just a me thing, because I am older than some of the 4th gen groups. I'm either their age or older, but like, I kind of like don't see them as adults until they're like 20, because to me, I'm just older, so they're like babies to me. If they're like, even if they're 18, I'm like, no, you're still a baby. That's why I like this girl here who's probably 18. I'm like, you look 12. I'm just kidding. She doesn't look 12. She looks like 16. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. I probably won't react to them again, and maybe I'll just do like music videos whenever they release them. But I did want to check them out, give my hot take. That's not a hot take, because most people agree. And let me know, do you think it's different when you're their age? If you can, like, well, I don't think sexualizing, not gonna lie, I'll be out here talking like, ooh, June, looking like a full course meal, you know, or like, oh, look at Joshua looking so sexy. I don't think that's sexualizing, though. I think just calling it what it is. He's a full course meal. Where is he? Well, there's Joshua. Sexy. Love him. But they'll be like very graphic tweets. Do you think it's okay if you're also there? Like, do you think it's weird to say things when you're like 16 and they're 16? Or do you think it shouldn't be said at all? Like, because you're technically still talking about a minor, but you're a minor, so it's, and you're not like doing any, I don't know, what do you guys think? That's a good take. What do you think on that? But I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.
3, 4, 5, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5.